Javon Hargrave and the 49ers were both winners because not only does Hargrave get $21 million a year, he gets to work with what was already a top two defensive line in the NFL. And now they add a top five pass rusher from the interior and a guy that can play the run defense as well. So their defensive line is going to be even scarier than it was. And in addition to that, Philly's defensive line is obviously going to be worse as well. So I think the 49ers have far and away the best defensive line in the NFL now and will likely be able to maintain the best defense in the NFL, assuming they can get a cornerback. Jawan Taylor struck it rich with the Chiefs because 20 million just seems like a big notable number. I could see paying 15 million for a guy that was a really solid pass protector but was the worst run blocker according to PFF for any tackle in the NFL. 20 million just seems like a number you get when you're really good at everything if you're an offensive lineman, and I don't think Taylor is that. I think this was a bit of an overpay. The only way this move makes sense is if Orlando Brown was asking for just an absurd amount of money. Aside from that, I don't think the move should be to sign Taylor to this huge contract. Part of why I think it's an overpay is because Mike McGlinchey signed a 5-year, $88 million contract. So he signed for just a little more than Taylor did, but for an additional year. And in addition to that, I think Mike McGlinchey is pretty soundly the better player so far. McGlinchey can do it all. He's a great run blocker. He's a good pass protector. He might not be as high of an upside as a pass protector as Taylor, but he's got a very nice baseline of play, and Taylor does not have that. The Italian stallion Jimmy G signed a 3-year, $73 million deal with the Raiders, and the reaction to the deal, I think, is a bit odd because people are making it seem like it's an overpay when you're signing an at least average quarterback that is oftentimes above average to a reasonable deal. 24 million per year, basically. I don't know what you expect to pay a quarterback in today's day and age. It's definitely weird that they got rid of Carr to make a, I would say, slightly more than lateral move, just a slight upgrade at quarterback, but they upgraded at quarterback in my eyes, and really, what more can you do? The one thing that's going to be interesting is how he's going to fit into the offense, because I don't see Devontae Adams as being the Deebo Samuel role that Jimmy G has been used to throwing to, but I do think they're going to feed him quite a bit in the short to intermediate game. Just not so much the deep game, as that's a weakness for Garoppolo throughout his career so far. But I think he's clearly an upgrade over Carr in the short game, and he's going to just make the decisions a little bit quicker than Carr could. So I think this is a slight upgrade for the Raiders. I like the signing of Tremaine Edmunds for both the team and the player because 4 years, $72 million is obviously a lot of money, but the Bears get a leader for their defense, and they have somebody they can mold around like Matt Eberflus did in Indianapolis with Shaq Leonard. And the parallels are really similar too, in that they're both very long armed. They're fast players that are instinctual. And the difference is Edmonds just has a higher athletic ceiling. He's faster than Edmonds is, he's more agile. He seems more loose and natural in coverage. So I think this is a really good move for the Bears as it gives them a core person to build around in the front seven like they would have had with Roquan. I really like the pickup of Jesse Bates for Atlanta because they're starting to really make a cohesive young core of defensive backs with AJ Terrell, Richie Grant, Darren Hall, and now obviously Bates. So I think they're starting to build something nice on that side of the ball, in addition to having some really nice weapons on the offensive side. So Atlanta is heading in the right direction, in my opinion. Those are my thoughts on free agency so far. Be sure to let me know what yours are, and also please be sure to like and subscribe.